want flawless skin, right? But it could be a hard-fought battle getting flawless skin. And here to teach us how to transform our biggest skin woes into wows is dermatologist Dr. Jeanine Downie. Welcome back.
Great to be here.
So let's talk acne first, because it's not just teenagers that get acne.
No.
It's people over the age of 20. I can attest to that occasionally.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about drugstore finds versus doc finds.
Okay.
Which would be best?
Absolutely. So 100% of teenagers get acne, and about 50% of women over the age of 20 get acne, and a ton of men get acne also.
That's a huge number.
So when you start thinking about it, it's like at least 100 million Americans, according to the American Academy of Dermatology, if not more.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
It's not nuts. You're so not the only one. I had like the other day on my face. It's just awful.
Yeah.
So drugstore, there's a lot of cool things over the counter. There's benzoyl peroxides. There's all kinds of cleansing gels and foams and toners and everything like that. And then, you know, if you're not a lot better within 2 weeks, Christina, you really need to go seek the help of a board-certified dermatologist. I like Epiduo. It's one of those mainstays.
Okay.
It has benzoyl peroxide in it, 2.5%, and it has 0.5% of adaptoline, which is a retinoid. And so you mix the two of them together, and you get this great anti-acne treatment that's not too drying, that's great enough for teenagers, great enough for adults. My patients love it, doesn't irritate their skin, and a lot of people use it as a spot treatment right on the acne pimple, and a lot of people that have diffuse acne, they use it kind of all over. It's effective, it works well, and now it's actually FDA approved for kids as young as 9.
Wow.
Because children as young as 9 are
getting
it.
acne.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's a new indication for this.
And this
great.
is prescription only,
This
though.
is prescription only, yep.
And how would you
Prescription only.
use this? Daily? Would it be, you know, every other day?
I tend to have my patients use it daily in the morning, but it varies from person to person. A lot of people like to use it twice a day, and some people will only use it 3 times a week. So I tailor it to your individual regimen, depending on if your skin is oily, if your skin is dry, or if your skin is combination.
What causes it? I mean, is it the foods we eat? Is it the way we sleep?
It's stress. Okay. It's hormonal fluctuations, and it's family history. Those are the 3 main causes of acne.
Okay.
Then they did some studies back in 2009 and 2010 that determined that there's a discrete portion of us that do have some sensitivity to dairy, shall we say. And so if you feel like dairy, yogurt, cheese, milk breaks you out, you could actually be right. And we think that it might be the hormones that are found in those foods.
Right.
But even eating organic is no, you know, like exact perfect modifier of this, because organic cows, if you over milk them, you can stress them, and they can produce their own internal hormones that they secrete into your organic milk.
So if you can't go to the doctor and you don't have time right now and you want to get something at the drugstore, something with benzoyl peroxide is probably
Something
the
with
best.
benzoyl peroxide is great.
Okay.
And a lot of people will use an astringent or a toner until they can get to the dermatologist. My main thing, don't pick. Do not pick, okay?
No popping.
No popping. No popping.
Oh, that's good advice, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's move on to rosacea. It's the time of year where it seems like everybody's got rosacea at this point because of the winter weather. So what's a good pick for the drugstore, and what would be great if people were coming into your office and needed help?
So rosacea affects somewhere between 16 to 20 million Americans. We think even upwards of that. But yet 78% of people, when you ask them what rosacea is, they don't know. So it's that irritated red skin that can come from stress, your family history. Sun and stress are the 2 main things. Drinking coffee can make your redness in your face flare. Hot baths can, spicy foods can, wine can, alcohol in general, but especially wine. So these are things that I'm not saying don't do any of these things. I'm just saying be aware that these are some of the rosacea triggers.
Got it.
And so that's significant. So I tell my patients, if it's sun and stress, I tell them to exercise to decrease their stress level, but they have to drink a lot of ice water while they're exercising, because otherwise their face gets really red while they're exercising. And they need to wear sunblock every day. So this is a great over-the-counter, the Cetaphil actually with the SPF of 50 in it. And then the Christian Dior is a department store, which is also an SPF of 50. They want a 30 or above, and you want to wear this every single day, rain or shine. Critical for rosacea patients.
And then for something, if it's a little bit more severe, you have something else.
Right. So Soolantra is actually new, like as in this week new. It is a new prescription drug that is FDA approved. approved that's anti-inflammatory. That's fabulous in terms of treating the papules and pustules and some of the redness associated with rosacea. It's tolerated well, non-irritating, and people love it.
And lastly, wrinkles. This is always, this is a hot topic.
Yeah. So this is a hot topic. So I have some Restylane, as I like to say, in my own face. So I definitely believe in it. So over the counter, the Burt's Bees Intense Hydration for anti-wrinkle is great. But if you can afford an injectable, these range, depending on where you are in the country, from $600 to over $1,000 for a syringe. Restylane Silk is the latest with that. And we'll look at some lips before and after that I have up here
that had
for
Restylane.
Your viewers that had Restylane Silk.
So you can see the difference.
And so it's fabulous. So it's really decreasing your fine lines and wrinkles. It lasts for at least 6 months, if not longer. And people really love it. It's tolerated very, very well.
Dr. Downie, thank you so much. You have the greatest tips. We'll be right back. Stay with us.